Hello. Our next notes, I believe these are, there's copies of these if you don't have them yet, on under Math 7 in one of those, the plastic shelves there. I believe I made copies of this. If the copies aren't there, you can just write them in your notebook as well. And it's a recording, so if it's too fast, just pause it, and you can go through it at your own speed there. So 2.6, right? We just did 2.5, which was the fraction section. Now 2.6 is the decimal. So we're going to add, subtract positive and negative decimals. Tomorrow would be multiplying positive and negative decimals, and the next day would be dividing positive and negative decimals. Then you'll have a review, and then there'll be a quiz. Now, I'm not sure if that quiz is going to be paper or digital yet because I'm home, but I'll let you know as soon as I decide what I think would be best for you guys. Okay, so adding decimals with the same signs. So pretty straightforward. If they have the same signs, you're just going to add them. So we're going to line up the decimal points vertically, just like you would in the past when you're adding decimals, right? So when you're adding and subtracting decimals, you have to line up your decimals. Then add the numbers and bring the decimal point down to your answer. So after you add them up, then you bring your decimal point down. And then you keep the sign the same for your answer. Meaning, if both numbers are positive, then your answer is positive because you're getting more positive, you're getting bigger. And if both decimals are negative, you're going to get more negative, so your answer stays negative. For example here. So for the examples, maybe you want to pause it now and try them without even me doing them. Maybe you could do them without my help anyway. And then you can watch it for an answer key situation. Or if you feel like you want to watch me do one of them, that's fine as well. So it's kind of up to you. So manage your own time here, pausing it and playing it as you see fit. So first I'm going to line up the decimals here because I'm adding. And my answer I already know is going to be positive because I'm adding two positive numbers here. I'm combining two positive numbers here. 7.89, 3.5. So as Mr. Harmon always says, make those nice and big so you really can see them. I know plenty of students like to just add that zero there to have a place value. Not necessary, but if it helps you, then by all means. Then we're adding, so we can add from left to right or right to left anyway here. But we have 9. 5 and 5 is 10 plus 3 more, 13. Carry the 1. We have 10 and we have 11. And then you bring down your decimal. So 11.39, which makes sense because 7 plus 3 is 10. And you have a little more than 7 and a little more than 3, so it's going to be a little more than 10, which 11.39 is a little more than 10. Okay, here. Maybe you want to pause it now and try this one. So you have two negative numbers here. So your answer is going to be negative because you're adding two negative numbers. Line up your decimals. So you can, it doesn't matter. We're combining two numbers, so we can have them, the top or bottom doesn't matter with addition or combining, because you can combine commutative property of addition would be you can add no matter what the first and second number is. So if we added like this, negative 10.34 and 234.60 here we're adding. So these are both negative. So you can keep them negative there, and you're just going to add them, and then it's going to be negative. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bring down your decimal place. 4, 3, and 2. Sorry, 4, 4. So 4, 9, 4, 4, and 2. And this is going to be negative. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Okay, so here, those are the same signs. Now these are the different signs, just like integers. If you're adding or subtracting numbers with different signs, right? Big minus small, let's take the absolute value of both decimals. That's when we do big minus small here, right? Big minus small, keep sign of big, right? That's what we kind of say in class all the time. Big minus small, keep sign of big. That's what these directions are basically, because we take the absolute value, so we make both numbers positive. We subtract the bigger number, the higher number, minus the smaller number. That's our big minus small. And then we take the sign of the number with the higher absolute value. So that's keeping the sign of the big, basically. So big minus small, keep sign of big. So maybe you want to pause it here and try it. Right, this is also, there's a copy on Classroom if you don't have a copy, so you can write down the steps too if you're writing in your notebook. So you don't have to just keep pausing it. Okay. So 8.56 plus negative 2.4. Big minus small, keep it sign of the bigger number. So these are both absolute value. The 8.56 would be the bigger number. So big minus small. So big minus small first. 6, 1, 6. Keep sign of the bigger. The bigger number is a positive, so we keep the sign of the bigger number. Here, big minus small. Your place values. So we got to borrow here. 4, 10, be 7, 0, decimal place, 1, 2, 4, keep sign of big, so that'd be negative 2.07. Subtracting decimals, right? It's, you do keep change change, and then you just do what we just did, adding. Because when you keep change change, you turn into adding. We're adding is combining, so we're just combining here. So, okay. So this would be negative 17.20 plus a negative 0.86. Okay, so it's, now you're adding two negatives, so you would just add these. The biggest thing here is to make sure you line up all these decimals. And we can add them 3, 6, 8, 9, 10, 8, 1, and then it's negative, because both these are negative, so negative 18.063. Remember here, right, when you're subtracting a negative, is really adding. 822 plus 0.355, so try that one out on your own. Yes, keep change change, keep change. This one's our addition anyway, so it's our, you don't have to keep change change it. But this would be negative 29.5 plus 9.43. So try that one out as well. These are some word problems here. On Sunday, the balance in Christina's savings account was $315.12. On Monday, she makes withdrawals of $78.95 and $143.80. On Tuesday, she deposits $63.79. What is her balance after she makes the deposit? So definitely read that again, obviously. But see, like, her balance, meaning that's what was in her account. And then on Monday, she withdraws, takes out, right? Takes out. And then on Tuesday, she deposits, puts in. So maybe you want to try that one out. Puts in. And here, $10 to pay the fees for 3 art projects. The fees of the projects are, so those are the 3 fees. How much more money does she need? So she only has $10, and this is what she's going to pay for. How much more money? So how much more? Usually that's subtraction. So try that out. So an equation would be like the actual numbers, like what are you subtracting? So for example, this first one, like she started with 315, right? And then she withdrew 78, and then withdrew something else. Like that would be this situation there. So why don't you try those two out as well? Okay. And then there's a challenge. right? You're more than welcome. Right, if you want to do the challenge for some extra credit, just let me know, and you can take a screenshot of your answer and post it on Classroom, and I can give you some extra credit for that for the challenge. Let's see. So I guess if you lasted this long, you should deserve some credit for it. So the I guess we'll say the code word would be lettuce. So if you message me with the word lettuce, I will give you 5 extra credit points towards your homework grade. The code word is lettuce.